Hi, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Teacher, I don't listen.
That's why, because my microphone was mute. Hello, guys. How are you? Hello. Can you hear me?
Fine. And you, teacher?
I'm pretty good. I want you to turn your cameras on. I need you to turn your cameras on. Because otherwise, I don't know if you're there. So the whole session must be with cameras on. Remember that. Hello, how are you guys? Are you good? It's good to see you. So I have new students here. Sarita was already in the first one. Hello, Aleja. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm good, and you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Javier, you new one. Welcome. How are you,
Hello,
Javier?
teacher.
Hello,
How are you?
Javier. I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. And I have Melissa. Melissa, we need you to turn your camera on. It's very important for us to see your face. Hello, Meli.
Hello,
How are you?
fine, thanks.
I'm good. Let me see. We have another student, Maria Clara. So, guys. Let's say hello to Maria Clara and let's get started. Sara Giraldo. Oh my God, I'm really happy. I'm happy you all are connected. Hello. Ada, how are you? Hello, Maria.
Hi, teacher.
How are
Hi,
you?
teacher.
Fine, and you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Okay, guys. So, Sara Giraldo. Hello.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Sarita, we need you to turn your camera on. The whole class must be with the camera on.
Yes,
Okay?
teacher. Okay.
Let us see your beautiful face. All right, so today we are going to check. First of all, I want you to know if you have experienced any problems with the platforms. Remember, you're supposed to be exploring the contents on the MyLT platform so you could participate in the first two forums on Access Virtual, all right? So any questions so far with the platforms, with the way this course works? No? Is everything fine? So remember, for this first week, we are supposed to, oh my God, my session is expired. Yes, this one. Oh my God. Sweet Jesus Christ. All right, so remember, you have to participate in these forums. The first one here is people I look up to, right? So remember last class we were talking about those girls in Afghanistan, and we were talking about what was the topic? Yes, we were talking about the present continuous tense versus the simple present tense. All right, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna continue talking about people. This time, we're gonna check lesson I've learned, say yes, or lessons learned. So you are supposed to be exploring this second part of unit 1. So Lisa, And we're gonna talk a little bit about processes and processes of learning. So people, guys, girls, have you ever felt like you are frustrated because something is not going the way you want it? Have you ever experienced frustration because it's difficult for you to learn something, or because you fail a test in the university? Have you ever experienced that? Do you understand the question? No? Yes. Hello? Guys, do you understand the question? Have you ever experienced frustration because something is really difficult or complicated for you? When you practice a sport, or when you're learning something, or for example, you study really hard for a test in the university and you fail it, and you're like, oh my God, this is so frustrating because I studied and I know, but in the moment of the test, I just failed. Have you ever experienced that?
Yes,
Yes,
profe.
yes, it's
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
right? It's a
Every
terrible
time.
feeling. Yeah, all time.
Yes.
When
Yeah.
with the sports,
With sports, yes, it's really frustrating, right?
when I lose.
Yeah, when you fail. Yes, when you fail. Because this is like a very human thing, and it's an everyday thing, right? So we are going to start with this reading. Yes. Remember, you're supposed to explore all the contents, yes, but we won't work with the vocabulary. We're going to go directly to the reading. Remember, you are going to find all these on the MyELT platform. So we're going to check out this reading together. And then we're going to continue talking with the next topic, which is food, which is going to be very interesting and cool. Guys, did you already have breakfast and lunch? Did you already have lunch? Sorry, breakfast now. Of course, it's 1 in the afternoon. Brunch. So, did you already have lunch, guys? Yes, no? Oh my God. So for Laura and and Aleja is going to be complicated. You know what? Because we're going to talk a lot about food today. Because we're going to talk about comparatives, and we're going to explore like a top 10 list of very interesting restaurants in New York City. And later we are going to talk about our preferences and the things we love eating here in Medellin or in the city you are in, right? So right now I need one of you to read this text. Who can read this introduction? Right, come on, who can read the introduction to this text?
Okay, I can read.
Okay, go for it. Thank you.
At some point in our lives, we all fail at something. We don't pass an important exam or get good grades. We aren't popular in school or picked on a sport teams. Failure isn't easy, but when the things are hard or you do poorly at something, try not to give up. You can be successful as these two personal stories show, but you have to keep trying.
Great job. Wow, Javier, you have excellent pronunciation and good fluidity. Great. Reading out loud is a very good exercise you could do in order to increase and improve your fluency and pronunciation. Good job, Javier. Well done. So,
Thank you.
words that you don't understand from this introduction. At some point in our lives, we all fail at something. Do you understand what fail is?
Fallar.
Exactly. We don't pass an important exam or get good grades. we aren't popular in school or picked to be on a sports team. Failure isn't easy, but when things are hard or you do poorly at something, try to not give up. Do you understand what give up is?
Rendirse.
Exactly. So do not give up. You can be successful, as these two personal stories show, but you have to keep trying. Okay, so let's get started with the first very interesting session. What do you think he's doing? Guys, let's take a look at the pictures, and what do you think he's doing? What do you think he's like? What do you think he's performing there? Any ideas? Any theories? Any hypotheses? What do you think this man is doing?
Dance.
Maybe dancing. Okay, that could be one possibility. Another possibility. Maybe practicing a martial art. Could be. Anything else? Okay, let's check what is his story about. So, who can read this text? Who can read it out loud? Come on, guys, who can read it? I need one volunteer, please.
Teacher, I can read.
Yes, Maria, great. Go for it.
Black is a Japanese performance artist. Today, he is a successful entertainer. But as a teenager, his life was very different. In school, he was scared and shy, and other boys bullied him. People said to him, play a sport, but Black wasn't good at sport. Then one day, Black bought a yo-yo and his life changed. At first, he could do any tricks, but he didn't give up. He watched videos and practiced. In time, he became very good, and he decided to prepare for the World Yo-Yo Contest. For 4 years, Black worked hard and practiced. Then, and at age 18, he entered the contest and he won. Today, he was no longer a shy high school student. He was a world champion.
So there are words that you need to pay attention to pronunciate. Yeah, you have good fluency, but you need to pay attention to your pronunciation. Because remember, pronunciation is the key to good communication. So how can you improve your pronunciation? Listening to music, watching series. Last time we were talking about watching series. Maria, was you who was checking out Grey's Anatomy in Spanish?
Yes, in
Yes,
Spanish.
so keep on watching that in English. Yes, and that is going to help you a lot with your pronunciation. So we are going to read together this. Black is a Japanese performance artist. Do you understand what a performance artist is? A performance artist is a person who shows an ability, which is acrobatic or something like that, in front of a public. Yes. To perform is to, like in Spanish, actuar or presentarse, right? Today, he is a successful entertainer. But as a teenager, his life was very different. So an entertainer is someone like an actor, a musician, a dancer, or a singer, okay? Do you understand? It's clear? Yes, no? Hello? Guys,
Yes.
thank you. All right. Okay. In school, he was a quiet and shy, and other boys bullied him. Do you understand what quiet is?
Como silencioso.
Bullying.
Silencioso, quiet. In school, he was quiet and shy. Do you understand what shy is? Shy.
Como pena.
Tímido.
Exactly. Tímido, penoso. So he was quiet and shy, and other boys bullied him. Bullied him, it means that he mocked him, they treat him badly because of his aspect maybe, or because he was just shy. People said to him, play a sport, but Black wasn't good at sports. Then one day, Black bought a yo-yo and his life changed. At first, he couldn't do any tricks, but he didn't give up. He watched videos and practiced. In time, he became very good and he decided to prepare for the World Yo-Yo Contest. So when we talk about a contest, it's a game or a competition that people try to win. The winner is the champion. So he went to the World Yo-Yo Contest. For 4 years, Black worked hard and practiced. Then at age 18, he entered the contest and he won. That day, he was no longer a shy school student. He was a world champion. So what he's doing right now is playing the yo-yo, but in a very, very professional way. Okay? Is the story clear? Yes? No? Vocabulary that you don't understand, things that you don't understand. Is everything clear about Black? Yeah?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So now we're going to continue with the second story. What is this girl doing?
Play violin.
She's playing the violin. That violin is really cool. So let's get started with her story. Let's read it. Who can read it out loud?
Teacher, I wanna try.
Great. I love that sentence. I want to try. Go for it.
Lindsay Stalin is an American musician. She mixed classic violin with dance, music, and hip hop. As a child, Lindsay learned to play the violin. Her parents didn't have a lot of money, so she could only take lessons part-time. Teacher, how this
How I pronunciate this. Despite this.
Despite this, Lindsay practiced alone and she became very good. In high school, she started writing her own songs. Then at age 23, Lindsay was on a popular TV talent show.
Very
She
good.
didn't win, but in the end, she lost. Help me.
Oh, she lost the contest. We're like, oh. Continue.
The judges
Judges.
say she wasn't interesting enough. Lindsay was very sad, but she didn't give up. She kept trying. In time, she made a music video and her first album. Later, she won important music awards. Today, she has one of the most popular channels on YouTube.
Very good. So we are going to check out the story of Lindsay Starling. So Lindsay Starling is an American musician. She mixes classical violin with dance, music, and hip hop. As a child, Lindsay learned to play the violin. Her parents didn't have a lot of money, so she could only take lessons part-time. Despite this, Lindsay practiced a lot and she became very good. In high school, she started writing her own songs. Then, at age 23, Lindsay was on a popular TV talent show. She did well, but in the end, she lost. The judges said she wasn't interesting enough. Lindsay was very sad, but she didn't give up. She kept trying. In time, she made a music video and her first album. Later, she won an important music award. Today, she's one of the most popular channels. She has one of the most popular channels on YouTube. Words that you don't understand about Lindsay's story?
Teacher, despite
Despite, a pesar de, despite this, because I mean, she couldn't have like full-time lessons because her parents didn't have enough money to pay for the lessons. But despite of that, she became very good. Yes. So a pesar de que los papás no tenían plata para pagarle full-time lessons, a pesar de eso, ella pudo ser súper buena y excelente. Sarita, you did it very well. Good job, Sari. All right, so guys, remember, when you listen to it, you have here the advantage to listen to the pronunciation. So this is also a tool you could use in order to improve your fluency and your pronunciation, because when you listen and follow the reading, that is very useful. Yes.
At some point in our life.
So you could listen to the reading there. So you have to answer these questions. Yes, and we have the word bank. In this case, we see opposites. So this is a verb, fail, to fail, and the opposite is to succeed. Do you understand what fail is? Fracasar o perder, right? To fail. And the opposite of that is to succeed. Like when you become the champion, or when you become the winner, or when you win something, okay? So fail, the opposite is succeed. Failure is a noun, este es el sustantivo, which is derrota, failure, and success, right, is éxito. Or in this case, successful, which is an adjective, exitoso, right? And then we have give up or quit. Yes, give up or quit is rendirse, quit. Oh, they have said that, right? Quit or give up. And the opposite of that is keep trying. Yes, when you keep on doing and you work hard. All right. And you have to answer like these questions. And here on the grammar part, we had the way we make, we have the review of the simple past tense. I don't know if you have noticed, but all these stories were told in simple past tense, right? So in this case, so today he's a successful entertainer, but as a teenager, it was very different. He was quiet, boys bullied him, people said to him, he wasn't good. He bought a yo-yo, so he couldn't do any tricks. He didn't give up. So all these two stories are told in simple past. So we're going to check out the way we use this tense in English. Remember, it's very easy to form it. What is a challenge here is to memorize the irregular verbs.
Past tense of regular verbs, affirmative and negative. Walk. Walked.
So something very important here for pronunciation is this ed at the end, because it's not correct to say walked, walked, walked. It's going to sound like a T, walked. Okay? So every time you see this ed, little by little, try to make an effort to pronunciate it like a T or like a D by the end, like walked, walked. Okay? It's very simple with regular verbs.
I walked to school this morning. Clean. Cleaned.
In this case, for example, cleaned, cleaned. Yes, it's not clean it or clean it, cleaned, cleaned. So sometimes it's like a soft T, sometimes it's like a soft D. Cleaned, cleaned, okay? Walked, cleaned, cleaned. Like cleaned.
We cleaned our apartment yesterday. Call. Called.
Called, called. Okay, called. Called.
She called her parents last night. I woke up at 6 last Saturday.
This is an irregular verb, right? Who remembers what's the present simple of the verb woke up? What is the present? Wake up. Very good, Maria, Aleja, Sara, good job. Wake up. So, in simple past is woke, woke up, woke up.
I didn't wake up at 6 last Saturday.
So,
I played baseball last Saturday afternoon.
I didn't play baseball last Saturday afternoon.
so when we have the sentence in a negative way, we are going to write the verb in infinitive, right? The base form of the verb, sorry, not in infinitive, the base form. And we are going to use the auxiliary verb do in past tense, right? I didn't, yes? If it's affirmative, I played basketball or baseball that Saturday afternoon. But if it's negative, I didn't play baseball that Saturday afternoon. Yes, this is just a review because you're supposed to know this, okay? So guys, here we have review of simple past tense. We have yes, no questions. Remember that in English, there is a specific way to make questions, because in Spanish, I'm gonna use in Spanish, we have this is an affirmation in Spanish, right? Who can read this affirmation in Spanish? Who can read it?
Yo toqué el piano ayer.
Is that an affirmation? Can you read
Yes.
it? So, yo toqué el piano ayer. That's it. But, Sarita, I want you to read this again. Can you read it again?
Yo toqué el piano ayer.
Exactly. So, in Spanish, we don't have a structure, yes, because we only change the intonation and then we have the sentence. But in English, it's very important because there is always a structure. When you know that you're about to write a question, you always start the question with a WH structure or with a verb. Okay, most of the time it's an auxiliary verb, like do, like can. like should, right? If you're like suggesting something, it could be a modal verb, right? And you could start the question with the WH structure, like with what, who, when, right? The thing is that there are two different kinds of questions we could make in English, right? The yes, no questions. Yes, in this case, we're not asking for a lot of information, just for a yes or a no, right? So most of the time, when we make a yes, no question, right? We use the verb be or the verb do, right? So like, I don't know. Were you at the university yesterday? All right. So were you at the university yesterday? So as you can see, here I have the verb. You see it? Always, yes. And that's why in Spanish, we have this at the beginning and this at the end, because in Spanish there is no structure, but in English there is a structure that we need to respect, okay? With a WH structure. So where were you yesterday?
Teacher, pero ¿y por qué no se usa el did?
Because in this case, I'm using the verb be. Yes. Si utilizamos el verbo be, no necesitamos utilizar el verbo do. Porque los otros, be es como un verbo muy autosuficiente. Es como, pues yo me mando sola, yo puedo sola, yo soy empoderada. Right? So, ese verbo es como, yo no necesito ningún auxiliar. Pero, por ejemplo, let's say, play. Who can give me a yes, no question with play? And yesterday. Who can give me a...
O sea, como, did you play basketball yesterday?
Yes, Sarita, perfect. Did you play? Why? Because play is a verb that needs an auxiliary verb. Porque el play no es tan teso ni tan fuerte como los modales, ni como el verbo be. Por eso siempre utilizan este verbo auxiliar, porque se llama auxiliar porque auxilia, es como ayuda, yo solito no puedo hacer la pregunta, entonces tú viene y dice, yo te rescato, yo te ayudo, yo inicio la pregunta. So, did you play basketball yesterday? See? And in here we have just a question, a yes or a no. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Because remember that when the answer or the question is negative or the sentence is negative, you need an auxiliary verb in simple past. Okay? Questions so far? No?
Teacher,
Alright.
la última.
Tell me,
Si
Sarita.
yo uso un verbo modular, por ejemplo el do,
Mhm.
el verbo va normal o va con ed. Por ejemplo, tú pudiste encontrar la camiseta ayer.
But what is the verb here? Encontrar.
Ah, pero ahí no va el can.
No, porque could you, en este caso, entonces sería.
Como, can you
Cool.
find?
Okay, cool. So it will be can. Remember that the past of can is could. So could you find the t-shirt yesterday? Why? Porque estos modales son verbos muy tesos y ellos no necesitan ayuda del do.
Ah, o sea, los que irían con el pasado sería esos de ahí, como el pasado de do, el pasado de
Yeah.
can. Ok.
Y si ya es un verbo normalito, sí necesita como que el do los lleve cargaditos. Como venga, yo le ayudo, le hago la pregunta. All right?
Listo, gracias, teacher. Ujú.
You're welcome. All right. So, I'm going to erase this. Oops. And we're gonna move. So you're going to have a lot of exercises practicing this. Yes, you have a lot of things and a lot of stories to explore. On says virtual, right? You have to talk about someone you admire, right? So this time we will talk about a person you admire. You have to make a video talking about him or her. You could guide yourself answering these questions. So in your like presentation or when you're talking, or of course you can organize your notes, but remember the idea is not to read. The idea is to talk because I want you to express yourselves in a confident way, in how can I say fluid way. So I don't want you to read. Yes, of course you can organize your notes, but the idea is not reading. The idea is mostly like expressing yourselves. So where was this person born? I'm sorry. What does he or she do? Or in this case, did, right? What did he do? What is something remarkable that she has done, right? What are his habits? This is the first one in this unit 1, and the other one is the one to practice simple past is I remember when. So this time I want you to think about a personal anecdote from the past. So we're going to practice the past. It could be sad, happy, lucky, weird, unusual. It's up to you. Yes. And you have to write it down. Yes, there in the forum. But also you have to make a video and tell us with your own words about that thing. Yes. So you could take into account the following aspects. When did this happen? Like, oh, it happened when I was 8 years old. I remember, yes, I was in primary school, okay? Where? Yes, I was in school. I was with my friend Lina, and we were, I don't know, we were, we wanted to climb a tree to get some guavas, and the teacher told us not to do it, but we did it anyway, and she fell down and she broke her arm. Yeah, I'm making up a story here. And you have to tell us why are you telling us that story and how did the story ended up, right? And remember, you're supposed to use the simple tense here correctly, okay? So these are the two volumes about this unit 1. And now we are going to move on and talk about food. So here we have a man that presents ice cream at an ice cream shop in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So in this unit, we are supposed to describe foods and how they are prepared. We are going to make and respond to suggestions. We are going to describe a healthy diet and lifestyle. And we're going to rate a restaurant and explain why you like it. Yes. So, people, I need you to tell me, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Do you remember? What did you have for breakfast? In my case, it was kind of healthy, but then I failed because I had some Greek yogurt with cranberries and almonds. Do you understand all of that? Greek yogurt. Yes, I'm going to write the ingredients of my very healthy breakfast. So I have Greek yogurt, and it has cranberries, and there were almonds on it. Almonds, and it has also honey. But I also later on, I had a pan de queso. So I had one pan de queso with coffee, with some coffee. So, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Confess the truth. Who wants to start? Remember, we are supposed to interact. Remember, this is the space in which you express yourselves in English. You have the rest of the day to talk in Spanish. So make profit of these moments and these times. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. So tell me about your breakfast. What did you have for breakfast?
I breakfast cereal with milk.
Okay, cereal with milk. Which one is your favorite cereal, Maria?
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Oh, that is a good one. It's delicious, but it's full of sugar, Maria.
Yes.
Maria. All right, who else? Confess your sins. Confiesen los pecados ya. Tell me. Who had arepa this morning? Who had arepita? Who? You?
Yes,
Aleja? Yeah. What did you have it with? What did you have your arepita with?
With egg.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yogurt.
And yogurt, okay, that is a good combination. Yes, and it's healthy. Arepas are healthy. Arepas are good. Okay, who else? Sara, Melissa, Javier, what did you have for breakfast?
Eggs with tomato.
Ah, that's good. Yummy, delicious. What about you, Javier? What did you have for breakfast?
I ate some eggs with plátano maduro and
Yummy.
cheese
Where are you, Javier?
from Monteria.
Okay, so it makes sense. So you didn't have any arepa.
No.
It's not common to have arepa in Monteria. Cool. And what about you, Melissa?
Teacher, I drink chocolate, yes.
I drank chocolate, hot chocolate, and
Some eggs and
uh-huh.
grape.
Okay, very good. Good, Melly. And who else? Sarita, what did you have for breakfast?
Teacher, I made egg with onion and tomato,
Yummy.
arepa,
Yes.
and coffee with milk.
Nice. And what about you, Lau? What did you have for breakfast?
I ate sandwich and chocolate.
Nice. Sandwich. What did you put in your sandwich?
What is mortadela?
Mortadela.
Pronounced
It's like some mortadela because it's a kind of
and cheese.
okay, not bad. All right. So, okay, here we have a beautiful picture of some fresh vegetables. Do you know the names of any of these fruits or vegetables, guys? Do you know how to name them? What are these ones? What is this?
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
Lettuce, all right? So you write it lettuce, but you pronounce it lettuce, okay? And these ones? What do you think are these? These are peppers. I'm going to use a different, I'm going to use like a yellow one. And so we have lettuce. And here I have some peppers. Yes, this is the way you say pimentón. And these ones. What are these ones?
Mushroom.
Yes, very good, Maria. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. And these ones. What are these ones? That is an easy one. How do you call this fruit? It starts with an A.
Apples.
Apples. Very good pronunciation. And these ones?
Grapes.
Grapes. And these ones? How do you call that?
Carrot.
Carrots. Give me 1 second. Carrots. Carrot. And here in the bottom, there is something. Will you see that? What is this? No? It's broccoli. 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 And here I have, do you know how to call this? How do we call this thing? No idea? Asparagus. Asparagus. Okay. And this is cabbage. Cabbage. Cabbage, repollo, right? And these are pumpkin, like little pumpkins. Pumpkin, all right. Guys, which of these fruits or vegetables do you like eating? Do you like them all? Ah, and here I have plums. How do we call this in Spanish? Ciruelas, plums. Plums. So, which of these fruits and vegetables do you like? Do you like them all? Is there a fruit or a vegetable that you don't like? Tell me.
I don't like plum.
You don't like plums? Oh, that's sad. Okay, who else? Do you
I
like
don't like
mushrooms? Tell me, Javier.
onions.
Ah, yes. At the beginning, I mean, right now I eat onions, but when I was younger, when I was a little girl, I hated onions. Mostly in salads, like when it's raw, when it's not cooked, it's horrible. I hate it. But right now, it's okay. I could eat onions. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I could eat it. And what about the rest of you? For example, in my case, it's not that I don't like cabbage, but it's terrible for my stomach. So I don't eat cabbage very often. What about you guys? Is there something that you don't like or that is terrible for you?
Teacher, I
I
don't
don't like.
You don't like
peppers.
peppers? And what about
Yes.
you, Laurita?
I don't like. I hate tomato.
Why? Tomatoes are cool? You don't like tomatoes? That's weird. Okay, who else? Ale, is there anything you don't like?
I don't like broccoli.
You don't like broccoli? Okay.
I don't like.
You don't like it? Not at all. I love broccoli. And what about you, Maria? Is there anything you don't like? Like say, ew, no, I want it. You.
I hate onion.
So you like Javier. You hate onion. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to erase all this new and we're gonna move. Yes, there is a video that you are supposed to explore, right? It's mostly about frozen, fresh, or canned. Do you understand all these three food presentations? Frozen, fresh, or canned? No, yes, no. Tell me what you don't
Teacher,
understand. Yes.
canned es como enlatados, pues.
Yes. Enlatados. So there are three ways in this case to have your food. You could have it frozen, congelada, fresh when you go to the market, yes, and you get it fresh, or canned. How do you prefer to eat your fruits and vegetables? Do you prefer them frozen, fresh, or canned?
Fresh.
I think it's fresh. Fresh is better. Yes, according to this video, they are going to talk about the advantages or disadvantages and what do you think has more fruits? More vitamins. When a vegetable is frozen, is fresh or canned? What do you think preserves the vitamins and properties more? Fresh, frozen, or canned?
Fresh.
So this video is going to be very interesting because we all think that fresh vegetable is the best option, but you will find something really interesting there. Yes, teacher, I have to leave. Okay. Okay, Zarita. So if you want, you could check out the rest of the video later and yeah, get updated. Okay.
Yes,
See you.
teacher.
Bye, Zarita.
Bye.
Take care. All right, so here we have some vocabulary. Farmers market is a place where local farmers sell their products directly to the public. Have you ever been on a farmers market? Mercaditos Campesinos, have you ever gone there? No? It's getting very popular around the city, right? For example, I always go to a farmers market close to Unicentro, yeah, because that is the closest one to my house. But for example, here in El Ces, we have Mercados Campesinos. I don't know, Juli, how often do we have Mercados Campesinos here? We have them once a month. If I'm not wrong, it's like the first Wednesday of the month. We have Mercados Campesinos, and you could find very fresh, like not only fruits and vegetables, but also cheese and bread and a lot of cool products. Yes, flowers, plants. It's really interesting. Pick is to break a fruit or to pick a fruit or vegetable off a plant or a tree and collect it. Yes. When there is a tree full of apple, you pick the apples. Recoger. Yeah, recolectar. Salt, white powder used to improve the taste of food. Yes, you're right now. So, yeah, you have to explore all this. And here we have some vocabulary, right? Paletas are delicious frozen fruit snacks. Their name comes from palo or stick. They are made with water, juice, and fresh fruit, so they are sweet. Sometimes chili pepper is added, so they can be spicy too. These tasty treats are a popular street food in Mexico. Guys, do you like having or eating paletas? It's delicious when we have like a really hot day. That is the best thing. Do you have what's your favorite paleta? Mine is Paulette pistachio. What about yours? Do you have a favorite one? Are you addicted to
Aloha.
Aloha? That is a good one. Who else? Favorite paleta?
Jet for the
Jet.
chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Melly? Which one is your favorite one?
Teacher, I like all paletas. I love
All kinds. Yeah, all kinds of paletas. And what about you, Sarita, Laura? Ale.
I love Bocato.
Boca. Oh, yummy. That is not exactly a paleta because it doesn't have a stick, but it's delicious. Yes. And Sarah, you were about to say something.
Teacher, la mía también es el bocato.
Okay, let's go and have a paleta after class. Ale, do you have a paleta that you really like?
I like all kind of.
All kinds of paletas, all of them. All right, so we have how foods taste. Yes, remember that when we talk about taste, we're talking about flavor, right? El sabor. So spicy and the opposite or spicy is mild. Es como como muy simplecito. Spicy and mild. Sweet and the opposite of sweet is sour, ácido-ish, or bitter, amargo, right? Delicious or tasty or yummy. And the opposite of that is awful or terrible. Foods are prepared baked, yes, horneadas, fried, fritas, frozen, congeladas, or grilled, asadas, all right? So here we have a sandwich. Okay, guys. So you have to explore the elements, yeah? And we're going to talk about restaurants. So we're going to watch a video which is about foods in New York. So let's check this video together. I want you to take your top 3 out of this top 10. Yes? Like, no, it's not, yes, no, it's more, it's like a top 30. Yes? I need you to give me your top 3 of favorite restaurants you would like to visit in New York. Okay? And you have to explain us why you want to go to that place. So 31 New York City restaurants you need to eat in your lifetime. So if you go to New York, you better look for one or two or all of these places, because according to this channel, they are the most delicious meals and the most delicious foods, and the restaurants are just the coolest ones. Okay, so let's check this together. I have to give me 1 second. I'm going to post so guys, I'm not hungry, but I feel like having some ice cream. How do you feel after this top 31 of foods you need to try once you get to New York City? What were your favorite ones? What's your top 3? And why? What would you like to have? What would you like to eat there? I would like to have raclette because I love cheese, or that cheesy sandwich. Yes, something with cheese and breakfast. Not breakfast, but I would like to have like not the bagel. No, not the bagel. Something with vegetables. So yes, the one of the last one, which was a vegan restaurant, and I would like to have a cookie. That cookie with chocolate chips from the beginning. And some ice cream, of course. So how do you feel, or what do you feel like having? Yes, or where would you like to go when you go to New York? Which restaurants would you like to visit and why?
Teacher,
Yes.
Lucali because it's pizza and I love the pizza. It's very delicious and it's my favorite food.
Yeah, love it.
Emily because it's about hamburger
Yes.
and Aileen special cheesecake. I like the dessert of cheesecake.
Yes, and apparently that cheesecake is really special because it's fluffy but light. Yes, so it's not very heavy for your stomach, which is perfect. What about the rest of you? Where would you like to go? Which restaurants would you like to visit?
Teacher, I agree with Alejandra.
Yeah,
Locally, yes, the pizza is the best.
it looks really good. It looks really good. And if people wait for 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 a long time to get there, is because it is really, really good. Yes, and pizza there must be delicious. Where else, Melissa, would you like to go?
Teacher, hometown, I don't know.
Okay, hometown.
Barbecue. I love meat.
You love meat? So we couldn't go together for the dinner, Meli, because I am vegetarian. And I was thinking about the vegetarian restaurant that they mentioned by the end of the video. And what else, Meli?
Teacher, I have two.
Only two, okay, very good. And something sweet, what would you like to have for dessert?
Your mother told him he was not like
Cheesecake, there were like only two options, cheesecake or, I don't know, those cookies, cheesecake, and ice cream.
Well, I said,
What could be a good option for you?
they cannot decide. So you
Ice cream, okay, good. What about the rest of you? Where would you like to go? Which restaurant called your attention? Like, oh my God, that looks good. If I go to New York, I have to go there.
So like
Teacher, I would like,
maybe
I will go with Missy, that is pasta. That is pasta.
Yes.
I like pasta so much.
You really like pasta, good.
those situations.
Other Levine Bakery.
Yeah, and in a paragraph, say if you
And the
present
cheesecake.
that there are
Yes, the cheesecake factory. Good, great, wonderful, delicious. Who else?
Finally, we will tell a story about a time when you buy and it had
Maria, Laura, Javier, where would you like to go? ¿Dónde nos van a invitar a almorzar when we go to New York? Where are we going?
Did you tell like and then
Would you like some
Teacher.
pasta? Tell me, Javier.
I don't remember so much because I was getting too hungry.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
my top is the pastrami sandwich.
Okay,
It looks delicious.
yeah.
I don't know the last ice cream.
Oh,
Was
yes, that one looks really good.
good.
Okay, great. And what about you, Maria? Which place caught your attention?
Teacher, you know, all
All
this,
of them. Are you a
wow,
foodie? Yes, are you a foodie?
yes,
Yeah, great.
meat,
Okay.
Oaxacan food,
Oaxacan food or Mexican, and that must be really, really good food.
yes,
And yeah,
and ice cream, all.
yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So
well that
now in this unit, we're supposed to talk about comparatives, right? But before we go there,
Siblings.
so
No.
we have useful expressions, typhoid. So we are going to check out the way we make suggestions, right? So when you want to invite someone, you could use let's have Thai food for dinner, or let's have sushi for lunch, right? Why don't we, and this is mostly like a suggestion as a question, yeah, but it's mostly a suggestion, like, ¿por qué no comemos tal cosa? Why don't we have Thai food for dinner? Or how about having Thai food for dinner? So guys, if you could have the possibility to choose what you will have for dinner tonight, what would you propose to your families or friends to have today?
What kind of lives?
Mexican, Italian, Japanese, burgers. What would you like to have for dinner tonight?
Italian food.
So can you make a suggestion inviting people to have Italian food?
Let's have Italian food for dinner.
Perfect. That is a perfect suggestion. Why don't we have Italian food for dinner? Let's have Italian food for dinner. How about having Italian food for dinner? Who else? Who agrees with Aleja?
With your lives.
Would you like to have Italian food for dinner tonight? I would like to have some crepes. So how about having some crepes for tonight? We can make a suggestion. Yes, inviting someone to have a specific kind of food. Using one of these expressions we have in here.
The child. So yeah, this kind of
guys, who could make a suggestion, who could make a statement to invite people to have a specific kind of food?
any other story here?
Nelly,
The other
Maria, can you invite people to have something specific tonight for dinner?
Teacher, let's have a Mexican food for dinner. Yes.
Oh, that sounds good. Yes, I would love to have some Mexican food. Great, good job, Nelly. Javier,
How about having some burgers for tonight?
okay. If there is a possibility to have a vegetarian burger, I'm in. Good. What about you, Maria? Make an invitation.
We don't we have
Why?
why don't we have chicken for dinner?
Okay, why don't we have chicken for dinner? For example, in this case, if you want to reject, because in my case, for example, Maria is inviting us to have chicken for dinner. In my case, I don't eat chicken. So if you want to reject the invitation, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't really feel like it, or I don't eat chicken, I'm sorry. Let's try like another thing, or I would like to have, or you could have chicken, but I'm gonna get salad, right? But if you want, like, I know, yo no quiero comer esa cosa, I don't feel like it, I'm too tired, or I don't feel like it, because, I don't know, chicken is not good for my stomach. Yes, you can give like a little explanation of why you are rejecting the invitation or the suggestion this person is making. And now we're going to check out in the grammar point the way we compare things, okay? So we're going to check comparatives, the way we use ER and then, yes. So let's watch it together.
Comparative adjectives plus ER than.
And my parents that
Comparative adjectives compare two people, places, or things. For one-syllable adjectives, add er, followed by the word than.
Okay, so comparatives, when we talk about comparisons, we are comparing clearly two things, two objects, two people, two animals, to whatever, right? We must have two of the kind. Yes, and normally for one-syllable adjectives, we are going to use er plus than. Okay. Remember, only one-syllable adjectives.
Kim is young.
So here we have.
Emma is younger than Kim.
So Kim is young, and we are comparing two people, in this case, Emma and Kim. So Emma is younger than Kim. Yes, young is a one-syllable adjective, so that's why we just add er then, and that's it. We have the comparison.
Emma is younger than Kim.
Together again.
Kim is older than Emma.
Structure.
Now we have Kim is older than Emma. In this case, the adjective is old, is a one-syllable adjective, so that's why we just add er, and that's it. Older than Emma, mayor, right?
Kim is taller than Emma.
Kim is taller than Emma. Yes, Kim is taller than Emma.
My father
Emma is shorter than Kim.
Emma is shorter than Kim. Yes, más pequeña, más bajita, short, which is one syllable adjective, shorter.
These two are already asleep, but what's going on?
All right, so one syllable, so old, older, nice, nicer, big, bigger. And if we have two syllables, of course, it applies also in this case, quiet, quieter, spicier. Pay attention because in this case, the Y is going to be replaced by an I and then ER. Famous, which is longer, famous, more famous. And for three syllables or more is more, or all the time is more, like more comfortable. Yes, and then we have irregular forms. For good, we have better, yes. Good, que es bueno, we have better, which is mejor. And for bad, yes, which is malo, we have worse, which is peor. Yes. The comparative for well, an adverb is better, okay? So here we have some exercises you need to take into account here and do. Yes, and we have some.
So think about it. Yeah.
So we are going to do this exercise together. So here we have Veronica's restaurant.
That had
And like in the past, I guess. And this is like a new version of Veronica's restaurant in here. So which adjectives would you use to describe Veronica's restaurant in this picture? So we have bad, bright, busy, cheerful, clean, comfortable, dirty, good, messy, new, nice, old, sad. So which of these adjectives would you use to describe Veronica's restaurant in this picture?
Sad.
Sad. What else?
Messy.
Messy. Yes, it's kind of messy. Yes. What else?
Old.
Old. Yes, because you can see a lot of broken stuff, so it's old. What else?
Teacher, dirty.
Dirty. Yes. Doesn't look very clean. Okay, what else? Maybe sad?
There is nothing to say.
Yeah? All right, and what about the new version of this restaurant? Which words would you like to describe this new version of Veronica's, the new Veronica's restaurant? So we have, is it bad?
These are models? No.
No, right? Doesn't look bad at all. Or does it?
It's more comfortable.
Comfortable, very good, comfortable. Bright, do you understand what bright is? Bright, do you understand what bright is? Bright is when there is good light. Cuando es iluminadito, bright. Busy, do you understand what busy is?
Do you want to change the place? It's too noisy.
Busy?
Se escucha mucho.
No idea?
Ocupado.
Yes, when there is like, when there are a lot of people moving, yeah.
Se escucha mucho.
So busy. It's not only, like in this case, like with a lot of, con mucho movimiento. Cheerful, do you understand what cheerful is?
Okay.
Cheerful?
So two is used to
Cheerful
express
is como animado, right? Because they look cheerful. Yes, you can see they are smiling. Yes. In this case, it's totally the opposite of cheerful. Clean. Does it look clean? Yes, it does, right? And good, which is another positive one. New, because everything looks like new. And nice, yes, everything is like very nice in New Veronica's restaurant. And then we have that's it. So let's make comparisons. So the old Veronica's restaurant is what compared to the new one? The old Veronica's restaurant is, who can give me a comparison? And I'm going to write your comparisons. The old Veronica's restaurant is
Es too
the
cold to
old
speak. Es demasiado frío para
Veronica's.
no puedo. She speaks too quickly. I can't understand what she
The old Veronica's restaurant is what?
Habla demasiado rápido. Don't wait too long.
Dirtier than the new one.
Great job, Javier. Dirtier.
The pattern to plus
Dirtier
adjective or adverb is often followed by
than the new one.
You see?
Very good. Who can give me another comparison? And what about the new one? The new Veronica's restaurant.
All right. That is two. It has a negative. And enough, yeah, it's used with adjective plus enough.
Is what? Compared to the old one.
So enough has a meaning of
Better than the old.
Better, very good. It's better than the old one. We're saying the old one, yes, and we're not talking about, in order to not repeat the old Veronica's restaurant, because it's the same name, so that's why we say the old one. Who can give me another comparison using messy?
The function as an adjective comes before an adjective.
Who can give me a comparison using messy?
For example, the instructions were clear enough for me to assemble the unit myself.
Who can give me a comparison using messy?
Implement plans. Okay. Was your internet connection fast enough to download the file?
Come on, guys. Who can give me a
The
comparison?
old Veronica's restaurant.
Okay, the old
Everyone to have
Veronica. This restaurant
is
is
tan messy. No, I don't know.
messy.
Messy.
So in this case, who can help María Clara? Me. If it ends in Y, ¿qué es lo que tengo que hacer? Si termina en Y.
Cambiar por I y agregar ed.
Exactly, it's messier than the new one.
Yes.
Very good. Who can give me a comparison with nice?
An infinitive verb means to plus the base form.
Who can give me a comparison with nice?
So, take care when you use to, all right? Because this is not something that we say the same way as in Spanish. Okay? I'm gonna say te quiero demasiado.
The new Veronica's restaurant
Mhm.
Has a negative meaning also in Spanish.
nice.
We have to put it like
Very good.
negative, sorry, positive thing. And they use it like that.
Is
All
nicer,
right.
nicer
Hmm.
than the old one.
Any questions there?
Questions?
Entonces, any questions?
No? All right. Okay. So, in here,
Now,
remember, in here, we have the first form of unit 2, in which you need to do this one, great restaurants. So in this one, after doing all the MyLT assignments about the unit 2A, yes, you have to use these adjectives and the comparatives to compare, yes. This time we'll talk about comparing different kinds of foods. What I want you to do is make a video establishing comparisons between 2 restaurants you have gone to, taking into account these aspects: the menu, the service of waiters and waitresses, the atmosphere and the decoration of the restaurant, the food, how clean they are, and you could use these adjectives. If you want to use other adjectives, you could do it. So, for example, I could compare crepes and waffles and Milagros Mexican food. Yes. So, in my opinion, and you have to provide your opinion. So, in my opinion, the menu of crepes and waffles is better. It's better than Milagros menu, right? In my opinion, the service of waitresses in this case, the waitresses in crepes are more cheerful and nicer than the waitress in Milagros, right? So you're going to choose 2 restaurants you have gone to and establish comparison using these aspects, okay? Questions? And remember, you have to make them on video. Yes, remember to answer a video. Here, you have to click here on Responder. And here in the bottom, you can see the option Avanzada. And then you have the option here to grabar video, right? No se me enreden ni me monten por allá cosas, ni me manden como cosas aparte. Do it in there. Yes, it's easier and it's faster, okay? So we are going to finish here for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and go and have lunch. Because I imagine you want to eat something after this tasty class. So see you next Wednesday at 1, okay? Thank you very much for being there. See you, bye. See you guys, bye.
Bye.
The teacher.
Thank you.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye, take care.
This is topic that I wanted to check. And then we have, hold on. We already checked this, but I think it's important.